everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas Eve. Today I'm going to be doing some last minute baking and I thought I'd take you along with me as I whip up some delicious gingerbread. This gingerbread is crispy on the outside yet soft and chewy on the inside, and it is the perfect addition to your Christmas table. As always, I will leave the written recipe down below and let's get baking. To make this gingerbread, you'll need 2 3/4 cup of plain flour, 2 tablespoons of applesauce, half of a teaspoon of baking soda, half of a cup of brown sugar, half of a cup of vegan butter that is softened to room temperature, and half of a cup of unsulphured molasses. For the spices, you'll need 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. Now, if you like a very strong gingerbread, you can go ahead and add a little more ginger here if you like, and you'll also need 1 teaspoon of mixed spice. Start off by adding your brown sugar, applesauce, vegan butter, and molasses into a bowl and mixing it up until it is well combined. If you have an electric mixer, you can go ahead and use that for this step, or you can just do what I'm doing here and use the back of a fork to help press out any lumps and then mix everything together. Once that is done, you can go ahead and add in your plain flour, baking soda, ground ginger, and mixed spice, and then using your hands, mix all that up until it is well combined. Then you want to divide the dough into 2 separate halves, wrap it up in some cling wrap, and then place that in the fridge for about 60 minutes to allow the dough to solidify. Depending on the climate of where you live, you might notice that the dough might feel extra sticky, but that's okay. Try not to add more flour. Once you pop it in the fridge, the dough should balance itself out and set pretty nicely so that you can roll it out a lot easier. After it's been 60 minutes, you can take the dough out of the fridge and place it between 2 sheets of baking paper, and then go ahead and roll out your dough until it is roughly 1/2 centimeter thick. And then you can take your cookie cutters and cut out your gingerbread into whatever shapes you like, and then peel away any excess dough so you're left with your cut out gingerbread. You can place these onto a baking tray and then roll out any remaining dough, and just repeat this process until you've used up all your dough. Once you're done, you can go ahead and place these in your oven set to 180 degrees Celsius for about 7 to 10 minutes. The time will vary depending on the size of your gingerbread. As you can see here, I'm making relatively small gingerbread men. If you're using a bigger sized cookie cutter, then you might find that you have to pop them in the oven for a little bit longer. Now, the gingerbread is pretty much done when you see that the tops are set, but they're still soft to touch when you press down on them. Take them out of the oven and let them cool down for 5 minutes in the baking tray before transferring them onto a wire rack to cool down completely. Now it's time to give our little gingerbread men some character. To make the icing, I'm starting off by sifting 1/2 cup of icing sugar into a bowl. Then I'm adding 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of glucose syrup, and 3/4 teaspoon of water. Mix all that up, and then that is your icing pretty much ready to go to start decorating your gingerbread. Place the icing into a piping bag, or if you don't have a piping bag, you can just use a Ziploc bag and then cut out a very tiny hole in the corner of that bag and use that as a piping bag. Allow a couple of hours for the icing to completely set, and then your gingerbread are ready to be enjoyed. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the last video for 2020. I'll be back in the new year with a whole lot more content for you guys, so stay tuned. Have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy new year, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.